Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And I want to start this out by making some real progress. I've been playing Minecraft now for about 10 years, and one thing that I really think changes the game is just getting an elytra. It's something that I look forward to every time we restart the server, and today I'm going to go find mine. So the other night, Butts and I went out, found a stronghold, and hooked it up to the nether here. And it's actually really close to everything else. It's right along the path that we made a couple weeks ago to Sam's base, so it's very close to get to. And we set up the portal to be right in the portal room here. So let's go find an end city. Well, that was pretty quick. And unfortunately, it looks like this one doesn't actually have a ship. It's just those 3 rooms, so looks like we're gonna have to find another one. But thankfully, we've got this one right here. And this is huge. This one's so much bigger. And if we look over here, past all these rooms, this is a huge city. It does look like we've got an end ship. So now we've just got to get over to it. And I've got, hopefully, enough blocks. There it is. We had to take a bit of a precarious route to get here, but we finally got it. So let's just pop this out, and then I thought that was another shulker. There we go. Sky's the limit. Feels good to finally have wings again. So I think now that we've got this all sorted out, I do want to get some more shulker boxes, and since they're here, got a few shulker shells now. There's another guy in there, but I think I might just leave him. And I'm pretty happy with this, so I think we're going to head out. I will potentially do a shulker farm at some point in the future. I've made one before, and they're just so annoying and take a lot of time. But I'm coming up with a design that doesn't need to be in the overworld, doesn't use any portals, it doesn't create nearly as many shulker shells. But considering how many the other farm made, I don't think we're going to need nearly that many shulker boxes. So I'm going to be happy with just a very basic farm. But now all I need to do is find an end gateway to get out of here. There's one right there, so we should be able to get out. So it feels so nice to finally get this. One of my favorite things to do is honestly just fly around and check things out, look at all the builds from different angles and everything like that. And it's honestly a problem because I go through rockets probably the most out of anybody else on the server. So let's do something about that. So I've been running the farm now for about an hour, and I just went AFK. I went downstairs really quickly to go grab some more water, and when I came back, I noticed that we had somebody missing here. So I don't know what happened, but we've got to get another villager in there. I'm not too worried about that, but let's take a look at how much gunpowder we've gotten in the span of maybe about an hour. It might be just under an hour, but let's take a look. I think it's in this one. Yeah, just over a stack. I don't think that's going to cut it. We did get quite a few emeralds, though, so we should be set on those for a while, but that's really unfortunate. We're going to have to figure out something to fix that. I don't know why it broke. I don't know if maybe I got hit by a phantom or something and got out of alignment, or maybe I don't know. I had some Vexes spawn in, so maybe I didn't hit them properly, but we'll fix that, and it looks like the sun's coming up now, so I'm not going to be too worried about mobs spawning in, but yeah, we're going to need to figure out a proper gunpowder farm, and I think we've got some space over there that we can do that with. So I'm going to start out with a gunpowder farm because we don't get quite enough from that, and sugarcane is easy enough to grow manually for now. I do want to put in a sugarcane farm, and we can probably do that underneath this. The lower level can be for farms that are not mob based. Everything else can kind of go up here. But I've kind of marked out this area here. It's pretty high up. That's about a stack of scaffolding. And then I've marked out another 28, 30-ish blocks up there, which is where we're going to actually be spawning them in from. So I'm going to start marking that out. So I think we're going to do a pretty standard farm with dispensers and water buckets. So if that's 3, 4, 7, 8, yeah, and then we'll do another 7 out this way. And so if you're not really familiar with what I mean by the dispenser and water bucket kind of farm, this is the floor that everything is going to be spawning on top of. And then there will be a dispenser just above here. So if we do, actually put one down there, and then get out some redstone and a dispenser pointing down like that. If we put a water bucket inside and then activate it, it will dispense that all along here, and everything will get pushed off. I actually need to make this one. Oh, no, I don't need to make this one wider. So it'll reactivate again, and then things will be able to spawn here. And normally this kind of a farm would also generate a lot of skeletons and zombies and stuff too, which might be useful, but we really don't need that much rotten flesh, and we have plenty of other ways of getting bone meal. So I'm just going to do this with a little modification that's just for creepers. And if we put trapdoors down on the roof here, or on the ceiling, which I don't have any on me, but it will prevent anything that's not a creeper or a spider from spawning. But we will need to figure something out for making sure that the spiders don't climb back up to the top here. And so because of the 118 changes to spawning, we're actually going to have a little bit of trouble with this that we didn't have in the past. See, now mobs need light level of 0 to actually spawn, which is fine at night, but because this would need to be completely dark, we're going to actually need to encase this entire farm in some stained glass or tinted glass. So we finished putting in all of the layers here, and it looks really cool. It's kind of hard to actually test this out now, but we can at least make sure that the water is flowing correctly. So I've got this observer up here. This will be a whole separate clock system when we're all done. But if I just break that block, you can watch all of the water flow all the way to the edge on each layer. And then if we activate it again, I'll just put the same block back. It turns it all off. So this will alternate between letting the mobs spawn on the layers and then having all of the mobs fall off onto where we're going to be collecting them. So I'll break that first and that. And then, yeah, so next up, I think we're going to work on maybe the collection system down at the bottom would be good. I need something that the spiders won't be able to climb onto, and so I think what I might do there is have a 3 or 4 wide space in between the platform and the wall, and then only have the wall come out maybe to just below that first layer, and then there will be a quick drop that the mobs will come into, and that should be enough to push them all into wherever the center is. I should have marked that out beforehand. I guess it would be right here, wouldn't it? That was where the scaffolding was. So I'll double check that work, and then we can build up a quick platform down here that just goes out to, let's see if this is the edge of that block. I guess this one would be the edge of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do just a quick platform around here like that. So it'll be a little square platform all the mobs will fall into, and then we'll be able to push them to the center. So I've put in the bottom layer here with all the water directing down into the kind of drop. Oh, and I've also done the rest of the redstone for it too. So it is working. Basically, how this works out is there's a little clock down there, which is just cycling through a pulse. And then it is dispensing all of the water out of the floor there and pushing everything off. Now I'm pretty sure that these are a little bit out of alignment at the moment, so some of them will be on and some of them will be off, but I think that that's actually fine. It looks pretty, I don't know, it kind of looks kind of cool. I was thinking about if we put the tinted glass all the way up the side here, so it's just an entire room full of mobs dropping down. I think that that's probably what we're going to do. So I'm going to dress this up really quickly, and we'll see just how many drops we get while I work on that. I've cleared out all of the hoppers, so we've got about a stack and a half of gunpowder in maybe 20 minutes so far. So I think that this is the right move, and we'll just dress this all up. So it's time for the big reveal. I'm really excited about this. I think this looks really cool. I have done some work, and there we are. I've added in a lot of copper accents and a lot of deep slate. I think that this color combination looks really cool. And then just under here, I actually added in some dripstone. Just to, if I'm going to be AFKing over here, I kind of want to get some more stuff too. And I think with all of the dripstone, once it drips down and causes the stalactites, stalactites, I think that'll look really cool. And then up at the top, I've got the water flowing out here all the way down, and I thought about just having it fall all the way into the ocean, but I wanted something to kind of keep it a little bit more contained, and so I've added in some more copper accents, some more deep slate under here, and spawn-proofed all of these lower layers. At night, it was getting dark enough that skeletons and zombies were spawning, and I kind of wanted to keep it just to the creepers and the spiders. But you can see that it's working pretty well. I haven't done anything to the collection area down here. I needed a little bit more tinted glass for that, but I think this looks cool. I think once we get the tinted glass all the way up, I might do some deep slate along the back or something, and then I want to figure out a better storage system for this. But let's take a look at how much we've gotten. I've been AFK here for maybe half an hour, and it's a pretty quiet day on the server, so let's take a look. Okay, that's great. That's what, 2, 4, 6, 7.5 in that one, and then even more in there, and probably just about the same in there, plus all of that string and some bones and everything like that. So this is great. This is a perfect farm. I'm really happy with this. And like I said, I'm going to figure out something for the storage area. Right now this is good enough, but I think once we get more farms in here, I kind of want to get everything a little bit more centered, I guess, or a little more, I don't know, have an actual storage system area for this. One thing we do need to keep in mind, though, is that this emerald farm is pretty close, and I want to make sure that the raid parties that come in don't accidentally spawn over there. I think that this should be fine, but if we get any closer, they might be able to spawn on one of the platforms over there and cause some problems. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be a problem, but we're going to have to start building further out this way past this. I think around here is the cutoff point. And one thing that I'm noticing here, actually, just as I'm looking around a little bit more, is that some of the copper is starting to oxidize, and I want to kind of let it go for a little bit. You can see another piece right there, and I think that there might be a few more around. But I want to see how this looks if all of the copper turns to that kind of green-blue color too. I'm going for much more of like a steampunk look with the farms over here, just because I think that this looks really cool with the, I don't know, industrial feel for it. And it's not something that we're going to be really building in. It's not a style that we're going to be building in over there. So we will wait and see how this looks after it turns completely blue. It's going to take a while. You'll see another piece right there. Yeah, and then there might be some all along the sides here as well, but I think it'll look great with either the green or the orange. I love the way that the copper and the deep slate look together, so either way, I think we're going to be pretty happy. So now that we've built up the farm, I'm going to need somewhere to actually keep everything. And I'm thinking that that should go right around here. I want to use this space as like a shop for the other players on the server because we're going to get way more gunpowder than we actually need from this. And I think that just the height of this and the fact that it's kind of, when you're coming in from the coast, it's like a very obvious building, makes it stand out quite a bit. So let's get into a bit of a time lapse on actually building this. Here we go. This is the final product. I've added in a little bit more detailing since the time lapse, and I've also done the interiors here, so I'm really happy with this. I think this looks really cool. So over here we've got this little button, do not press the button. It doesn't actually do anything, but I like the way that it kind of has a little bit of suspense here, and I'm wondering how many people will actually press it. Then over here, just on the other side, we've got a little chair or bench or something, a little shoe shine stand, so that if people want to, I just think that it looks great with the brick, and it kind of fits the feel of like more of an old-timey building. And then if we come inside, we've got some art on the walls, we've got rockets available upstairs, and then a lot of extra storage here. Nothing's actually in here at the moment, but we've got all of our TNT stacked up on the side, and I added a little campfire just to add some smoke. I think that's a little fun detail. And then over here, I had to turn shaders off because you couldn't read that sign. We've got a Bedrock Breaking service. So because we've got so much extra TNT, it's easy enough for us to break bedrock in the nether, or I guess even in the overworld here. And I'm pretty okay at it. I know that some other people have tried on the server and they've had some success, but I figured I would open it up, and I'm doing 3 diamonds per block of bedrock for that. So there's just a little form for people to go in and make their requests. And then if we come upstairs, I haven't done a whole lot of decorating on the outside of this. I like the idea that it's just kind of an addition, but I did put a little chimney with some more campfires, and we've got that big sign, which I think looks really cool. But on the inside, we've just got lots of storage. We're doing 1 diamond for 3 stacks of rockets here, and they're all just in the chest at the moment. I need to go AFK and get some more paper for that, but we've also got some extra gunpowder storage in here. And if I manage to get my hands on a few, I might special order some elytras, and we'll sell those up here as well, just with the rockets. So I don't have any on hand right now, which is why there's nothing in there, but I think that that would be a good spot for them too. But I'm really happy with how this looks. I think it kind of fits the vibe that I'm looking for. I love the height of it, and I like that it's easy enough for us to fly in from the ocean, grab some more rockets, and then fly back out. And it's impossible to miss. So I'm really happy with this. I might just add some more details as we go, but overall I think it's a good addition, and it actually starts to fill out some of the space here and makes it look a little bit more lived in, which is cool. It's nice to actually see this coming together a bit. It doesn't necessarily fit with the color scheme of this building, but I kind of wanted this one to be a little more special anyway, and once we get some more fun colors in on the other buildings, I think it'll blend a little bit better. But that's it for me today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider subscribing. It helps me out and lets me know kind of what content you liked seeing. And that's about it. See ya. That's so many Endermen. Oh my god. I've never seen that many Endermen in one place.